Hello everybody, this is Caitlin with Candeo Candle and Candeo Candle Supply. I know it's been a long time since I have posted a video and I'm really sorry about that. We've been really crazy. The summer months we use a lot of times to get stocked up for fall and Christmas, and then also to come up with new product lines and to get caught up on any marketing that we need to do for the year, any photos that we need to update for the year. Any boring stuff I have to do, like updating. I had to update 250 PDFs. That took me a long time. But yeah, so I've just been constantly working. It's what it feels like. By the end of the day, my brain feels like scrambled eggs, and then I can't really think anymore. I'll do that thing where I'll stare at the computer and just, what was I doing? I don't know. I do that a lot. Anyways, so I'm really excited today. We have a new Halloween collection that we've been working on for the past, I want to say 6 weeks or so. And it's something I've always wanted to do. Now, I've blended my own scents for quite a while. I do a lot of my own, and I do my own labels as well, but I've never done something quite like this, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So stick around and we will take a little sneak peek. All right, so we have a new collection. There's 9 scents in it. They are all sort of Halloween themed, but I wouldn't say they're strictly Halloween. I mean, they're kind of they have a Gothic, dark feel to them. So anybody who's really into that whole type of, I don't know, like the show Wednesday, they would probably like this stuff. I just think it's fun. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, so I just enjoy stuff like this. I think it's cool. Anyways, I'm going to go through each scent and just do a brief description. I'm not going to go into depth because I'm going to share each day. We'll go into an in-depth scent analysis and talk about it. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that today. And some of these are burnt because I've used them to do photo shoots and for testing and things like that. So there are a couple of new candle styles that we have, though. One is a triple wick tin, which this is a 14 ounce. So we haven't had a multi-wick candle in quite a while. We have done them in the past, but a lot of people really like the multi-wicks. I thought that would be really cool for fall. I don't know if I'm going to do more of these or not. We'll see how it goes. They weren't as popular before, so if people like them, then we'll keep doing them. And then the other one, it's very similar to our other jar that we have. It's just a little bit more squat, it's more short, and it's got a bit thicker of a lid on it, but I kind of think it looks nice, I don't know, for fall. And I'm going to give away one of the scents just because, but see, the lid's a little thicker and it's got thicker glass on it. And this is one scent out of our collection. This is Full Moon Rising. This is a citrusy, red currant, clean, fresh, fruity scent, which makes me think of the brisk, cold air if you were outside in the light of a full moon. Perfect for Halloween. So anybody who likes werewolves, we got you covered. So that's the first one. Next in the collection, we have Screaming Banshee. I don't know if you're familiar with what a banshee is. One of my favorite movies as a kid was actually Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I don't know how many people are going to know about that, but it had Sean Connery as a very young man, befriending, I think he was the groundskeeper, and the groundskeeper befriended a leprechaun or tried to capture him and whatever. Anyways, the banshee comes to try to get him at the end. A banshee is basically like the Irish spirit that would come take you away to the land of the dead. And at least in that movie, it flew through the sky in a ghost carriage with horses in front of it. So it made me think of that. So that's why the art looks like that. I think it looks cool. And in this particular one, the scent is lavender based with oak moss and an amber muskiness to it for the deathly smell of the banshee. But it's quite a nice smell. It's kind of relaxing, actually. It's kind of the opposite of a screaming banshee. Let's see, what do we have next? We have Witch's Bonfire right here. This one I actually talked about briefly in one of my previous videos because I've been working on this scent for a while, and it took me a long time to finalize what I wanted this to smell like. In the end, I went with it's very smoky in the base, and then it's got a lot of spices and I think warm flannel and a cozy note to it. So I guess you could say it smells like witches having a bonfire in the middle of the woods And in their cauldron is something delicious instead of something poisonous. That's probably what it is. It smells divine. And again, there's the art on the top of the lid. Let's see. Next we have the Siren's Call. This is more of a clean, salty ocean smell. It's got hints of orange blossom and earthy notes to it. It's a very nice, clean scent. A lot of these aren't going to be like traditional Halloween scents because I wanted to do something a little bit different that you could still use year round. Because, you know, although this is going in the Halloween line, you could burn this any time of year. It's more like a mythology thing, really, which is kind of where I think I'm going to go with this in the future. But it smells delicious. Okay. Next up, we have Sleepy Hollow. One of my favorite Halloween stories with the Headless Horseman. And this is a twist on your traditional pumpkin spice scent. It does have pumpkin spice in it and mulled cider. It also has teak wood in it and a little bit of like sandalwood for a masculine note. So it smells kind of like how I would assume the handsome like Johnny Depp version of the Headless Horseman would. What wasn't it? I don't think he was the Headless Horseman. I always get that confused. I haven't watched that movie in a while. But anyways, it smells nice. It smells like fall. And again, I'll go more into the scent notes on these when we do the individual profiles. Let's see. Black Forest is the next one. For anybody who's a fan of Grimm's fairy tales, this one was kind of my take on that, of wandering off into the forest and getting lost. And, you know, possibly running into evil witches or spirits or trolls or goblins or who knows what else. You've got the art there on the front, which that'll look pretty cool. And this does have notes of forest in it. It's got blackberry, sage, and a lot of other things, but we'll go into that more later. Let's see, which one should we do next? We'll do this one. This is Gothic Spires. You can see that. This is definitely a more masculine scent. It's got sandalwood and leather in it. And amber. And there's a lot of other things. It's actually supposed to remind you of the cold, wet stone that you might find like in an old cathedral or building like that. It smells really good. Again, there's the art for that one. That's Gothic Spires. And then let's see, we've got two more. Yeah, two left. This one was my son's idea. I like the artwork on it a lot. It's called Eternal Torment. And this, I don't know if we have any gamers out there. I'm not so much a gamer now. I used to be into games a lot when I was younger. My sons both play games. Well, my youngest does too, actually, come to think of it. But anyway, this reminds me actually a lot of the bosses that you'll find in games. I think he looks pretty cool. And this one actually is more like a fire and brimstone type scent. Oh, but it does smell good. It has cedar wood in there too. I think you'll like that one. And last, but certainly not least, we have Pumpkin Patch. Now, we did have a Pumpkin Patch last year, but I was never really happy with that one. I felt like it wasn't unique enough, and it was a little too heavy on the clove for my taste. So I basically discontinued that one. You won't find it on the website anymore. And this is the replacement for this Pumpkin Patch. This is, if you've ever been looking for a pumpkin spice scent that doesn't smell like food, this is it right here. It smells clean. It's got grassy notes and like notes of, well, think like pumpkin vines. Like you're going to the pumpkin patch. They might be serving like cider or something like that because it's a cool day. But you smell the freshness of the cool earth smell and the pumpkin vines, and just like, you know, you can smell the seasons changing, or there's that cool breeze in the air. It's like that. Pumpkin patch. This one I'm probably going to burn sooner rather than later, honestly. Because again, I'm ready. I'm ready for cooler weather. It's hot and I have to turn the fan off. We have swamp cooler type fan. It's a Portacool, one of those big ones. And it does a pretty good job here in the summer, but I had to turn it off to do the video because you'd never be able to hear me above that thing. So I'm getting pretty sweaty in here. It's toasty. It's supposed to be, I think, 111 degrees tomorrow, and then it's going to drop back down to comfortable temperatures. So we don't usually stay very hot for very long here. Anyways, hopefully you guys will check that out. Everything, fall, Halloween, all of that stuff, it's 20% off right now on the website. So head on over there and like stock up to get ready for fall. Because I know if any of you are like me, you're ready. You're ready for the cooler weather. I'm ready to pull out my Halloween decorations and stick those up, and at least pretend it's cooler. And I just like that time of year. It's fun. I like putting up all the decorations and watching the leaves change color. And I don't know. That's just, I think a lot of people are like that. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin spice lattes, but I like the rest of it. So anyways, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and give me a shout out. I'll be posting a lot more about these in the next couple of days. Our sale is actually 10 days long. So today's day 1. And then for each day after that, we're going to do like a segment on each scent. So we'll go into more detail about the inspiration for that scent, what the scent notes are, how we came up with it, ideas for it, and all that kind of stuff. And if you have any questions, we'll be sure to answer them. Thank you so much, guys. As always, don't be afraid to shine.